friends, it is Jenna. What is up? And welcome back to the Board Game Garden, and welcome to a vlog, which I haven't done one of these in a really long time. Specifically not a solo Sunday vlog. I've done a bunch of those, which reminds me I need to do another one of those very soon. But I am out of the house and we are going to do some board game shopping. So I actually needed to order a specific expansion for a game, and I ordered that online and I'm going to pick it up. So then I figured at the same time, why don't we go and see what's on the shelves of my friendly local game store, which my friendly local game store is J&J's Cards and Collectibles in Waterloo, Ontario. If you're ever in the Ontario, Waterloo area, definitely recommend J&J's. It's fantastic. I've showed it in a video before, and they just have a great staff. They have a great space. They have so many games available. So I'm excited to go and see what they have available. I might pick up a few games. We will see. Obviously, I'm going to pick up the one that I pre-ordered or ordered for pickup. So we're going to do that, but I might get a few other things. We will see. I, Lord knows, don't need any more board games, but anyways, we are at our first stop, which is Lost Aviator Coffee, which is a local coffee shop to me, and they have their spring menu, and they have this strawberry matcha that is very, very good. So I'm gonna go get a strawberry matcha and probably something for food, maybe like a croissant or something. But yeah, we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna head to J&J's. And then after that, I might actually go to the mall because we need some new frying pans, because fun fact, I started a fire in one of our frying pans like a few months ago, and it was very scary. So we need a new frying pan, and then obviously I'm gonna do a little shopping as well. So yes, let's go do that, and let's start this vlog, shall we? So this is, I'm kind of in like the main hallway here, but that over there is all of like the new stuff. So we'll go and look at that. And then this is their entire hallway of games, which there's a lot to look through, but I always love coming here and just browsing this ginormous wall for like hours. I could honestly do it for hours. So let's start with the new stuff. This is one from DeVere that I've been kind of interested in. I've heard really good things about it. And I think it's like a card game. Yeah. Honestly, it kind of reminds me a little bit of like the Veil of Eternity. But the board looks cool. You're going up some tracks, playing cards. I like that. I don't even know how to pronounce this. Quorum? Quorum. Honestly, I might actually end up picking this one up because I played this one once at Canada Plays a few weeks ago, and it's a very fun like dice rolling area majority game. And I actually saw this in Japan when we were in Japan, and I didn't know that it was called Rumble Nation, but I really love the way it looks. Ugh, so pretty. Speaking of Veil of Eternity, there's also a new expansion called Artifacts. Actually, I might pick this up today. Veil of Eternity is like one of my current favorite games. And I think there's like a fan-made solo mode, so I actually played with this one time and it was very fun. So adds more cards and then these like tiles as well that you can draft. So I played Res Arcana recently, and I freaking love this game. I need to get Res Arcana at some point. Ugh, it's so good. I recently played this game, Glenmore 2 Chronicles. Very good. Super fun, like tile drafting, tile laying game. All of Friedman Free's games. All them green games. Concordia. Ugh. I need to get Concordia Venus. But also I need to get more of the Concordia boards. What is this? What is this? What is you? Roma.
I wasn't reading that.
Another one I've been wanting to grab. Bonsai. I actually was looking for a copy of this at, I think it was like Gen Con 2 years ago when it first came out in, I think it was 2023. But I think they like ended up selling out and I was really sad about it. But I really do want that one eventually. And also, I talked about in a recent video that I really want to get expansions for the Isle of Cats because I freaking love it. But someone did say that these two aren't really worth it, but the boat pack is worth it. So maybe I could grab the boat pack because it just gives you more boats with like asymmetric shapes and stuff to put your cats on. So that's an option. That's an option. I also, what was another one I wanted to show you guys? Oh yeah, Bamboo. Bamboo is one that I played from Devere quite a long time ago. It's actually in the same universe as Bitoku and Silk and Sand, and I really liked it. Really cool like drafting mechanism. You're putting like decorations into your house and stuff. Very cute. 40 bucks, not bad. That actually might be one that I get because I do think there is a solo mode, if I'm not mistaken. There's not a solo mode. Maybe that's why I didn't get it. That's so weird that there's not a solo mode. What the heck, man? Best trick-taking game of all time, in my humble opinion. Oh, there's actually a game from Amigo that I've been really wanting to get called 3 Chapters, but I don't think they have it yet, sadly. They do have a lot of small card games. Is it hiding in here somewhere? It is a new release, so I'd be pretty surprised if they did have it. They're all of their roll and writes, which I have most of these, aside from obviously ones that I don't really want, but is there any here that I want? I actually just recently played the main game Twa. I really liked it a lot, and then this is the roll and write version of it, which I heard is a pretty heavy roll and write, so I should look into how this one plays, because you guys know how much I love my heavier roll and writes, and knowing that I liked the base game of this one, then I really liked that and should possibly look into getting that. Ooh, also, this is one I desperately need to buy at some point. Silver and Gold has been one that I've wanted forever. I'll also mention that they have a spot over here for games that are on clearance, which is pretty nice. Some of these are just over here because the shrink was ripped off a little bit, or they had a little bit of box damage. So you can find some pretty decent things over here. I always like to look over here because they just put a bunch of stuff. Played Orichalcum one time, that was fun. Ooh, This is another game I've been wanting, but I think this is a different version of it. This is Fresco, card and dice game. But I've always wanted to try the like main game of Fresco. It's on sale for $42.99. Alright, so I'm finally finished in J&J's. I spent way too long in there. I'm pretty sure I was in there for like an hour, just going up and down the aisle, filming for you guys obviously, and then just browsing myself and figure out what games I wanted to buy and which ones I didn't need. For now, there are so many games that I want to buy, but I have been getting a lot better with just making sure that the games that I buy are games that I like absolutely love and games that I will get played, because I have so many games now and so many unplayed games as well, so I really don't need to add more to these shelves. But yeah, the ones that I did end up getting are games that, one, I have already played, I just may not have had my own physical copy, or they were expansions for games that I have already played. So yes, very excited about my purchases that I made today. I will show you guys those when I get home. I've also gotten quite a few packages over the last few days, so I will show you guys those when we get home as well. And then, like I said, I am going to try to find a new frying pan because, like I said before, I destroyed our other one. So yes, we are running low on frying pans. We desperately need one. But anyways, yeah, let's go to the mall. I don't know how much I'm going to show you guys there, just because this is a board game focused channel, but I will see you guys either at the mall or at home to show you my board game haul. Oh yeah, this is great. This is my favorite spot in the house. It's probably the dog's favorite spot in the house too. The best purchase I ever made. This ginormous beanbag chair, which you guys will see more of in the video where I redo this room, which, as you can see, has not been really redone yet, but we're making progress. I do have paint there. I'm going to be painting this entire room a dark color, and I'm very excited to have a like cozy space for my office. But anyways, what I have come on here for is that I'm going to show you guys all of the games that I got, which I got some yesterday when I took you guys shopping. I got a few games at a bring-and-buy that I recently went to, or a bring-and-buy at a convention that I went to, and then I have a bunch of games that I have received in the mail within the last few days. So let's first get into the things that I got from J&J's yesterday, which the main reason I went there was I was playing Grand Austria Hotel solo, and I have a secondhand copy of Grand Austria Hotel, and I for some reason thought that I had the solo mode in that box, but then I went to like set it up and stuff for the stream like a few days before, and I did not have the solo mode, so I quickly ordered this online from my friendly local game store, J&J's, and I ordered it for pickup, so that's kind of what sprung the trip there, so I could pick this up, and then I did get a few other things. So yes, got the Grand Austria Hotel Let's Waltz expansion. This adds in a solo mode, but then also adds in a bunch of other modules. So there are, I think, 6 different modules, including the solo mode as one of them. But there's like celebrities and ballroom and a start player module, a like more of what you already have in Grand Austria Hotel module, the solo mode, as well as you have unique hotels, so like asymmetric hotels, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I have that. I did actually live stream Grand Austria Hotel last night, and oh my goodness, that game is so good. And I am so happy that I got this expansion because I just can't get over how good it is, and now I remember why it's on some of my favorite games, or one of my favorite games. I think it ended up being in my top 30? Could be my top 20, I'm not 100% sure. But as for the other things that I got from J&J's, this is another expansion for a game that I absolutely love, and one that I want to start playing more, because I recently, last month in April, did my favorite closed drafting games, because April was the month of closed drafting, and this ended up being one of my favorite closed drafting games, which is no surprise, and it just reminded me how much I love this game and how much I want to play it more. And this is an expansion for the Isle of Cats, which I think someone in my comment section mentioned that the other two expansions, which there is Late Arrivals as well as Kittens and Beasts, those ones aren't really needed, and I did look into them. The Late Arrivals expansion adds a possibility to play up to 6 players, which is really nice, but honestly the Isle of Cats is a game that I would typically play solo. I really like it solo. I do also want to play it more multiplayer, so maybe if I ever get a group of people that would really want to play it, and there's, 6 of us, maybe I would get it. But it adds that. I do believe that it adds something else. I'm not 100% sure, but the main part of it is that it adds more components so you can play it with more players. The Kittens and Beasts one adds in the Kittens and the Beasts, which that's probably one that I would maybe consider over Late Arrivals. But this one right here is the boat pack. So this adds more different boats. So it kind of changes the boat shape and the different rooms and stuff. Because if you've ever played the Isle of Cats before, you all get the same boat and you're filling the boat in the same way every single time because the rooms that you're trying to fill are in the same locations. But if you get this, this brings in some different boats and changes around the rooms and stuff like that, which is really nice. So yes, super excited. It adds 6 new boats to the game. So yeah, I ended up getting that. It wasn't too expensive, $23.99, and I absolutely love the Isle of Cats, so I had to get that. And then lastly, for games that I got from J&J's, this has been one that I have played. I don't think I've played this game physically, but I've only played it on BGA, and I really enjoy it on BGA, and I do believe that this has a little bit of closed drafting. I like kind of remember that maybe it includes some closed drafting, but I could be wrong. It's also a little bit of tile placement too, so it kind of has the same kind of aspects as the Isle of Cats. But the game that I'm talking about is Bonsai. I absolutely love the look of this game. I love the theme, obviously, themed around Japan and building a bonsai tree. This game does have a solo mode, so that is why I ended up getting it. So I actually just looked at the back, and I am wrong when I say there's closed drafting. It is open drafting, so you have a line of cards that you're going to be drafting from. Now I remember. But yeah, you're building out a bonsai tree, which I love. And it's just a very fun game, and I've really enjoyed it on BGA, so I took the plunge and bought it physically because I feel like the tactile building of the bonsai trees is really fun, or would be really fun. So yes, I picked up Bonsai, which I actually was going to pick it up at Gen Con, but I ended up not being able to. I think I mentioned this while I was filming the vlog while I was at J&J's, but I wanted to buy this at Gen Con 2 years ago, but I think they sold out and I wasn't able to get it, and then, just happened to get it today. So that is Bonsai, $36.99, not bad. Those are the 3 games that I got from J&J's. The 2 games that I ended up picking up at the Bring and Buy are, one, Rise, which I've been told a lot that this game has some similarities or kind of gives the feel of Hadrian's Wall, which if you guys don't know, I love Hadrian's Wall. It's one of my favorite games, and I guess this has a lot of bumping tracks kind of similar to Hadrian's Wall, so I've been recommended this quite a bit. So purchased this, ended up being from my friends Kat and Kyle. They were selling it at the Bring and Buy, and I ended up buying it. So yes, I picked up Rise. Which there is no solo mode, sadly, but there might be a fan-made solo mode possibly, or I can just see if I can find people to play it with. But the second game that I ended up purchasing from the Bring and Buy is this game right here, which I've never heard of before. It's called Roundhouse. It is a 2 to 5 player game, so again, it doesn't have a solo mode, but I really liked the way it looked. I looked up the kind of mechanisms for it. There's a rondel and I believe a little bit of resource management, set collection, that sort of thing. You're leading your family to glory, and I just love the way that it looks. And I do believe that it says that this was a game that was available in Taiwan, if I'm not mistaken, and Deepwater Games has brought it over to North America. So I'm excited to play that one eventually. Just, you know, saw it there and was like, you know, might as well pick it up. But as for the other games that I've gotten recently, first I got a package from the Op, and I ended up getting a copy of Huton, which all of the rest of these, I will say, are all review copies, just to let you guys know. But Huton or Hutan, Life in the Rainforest. I've played Huton once physically, and then I've been playing it a ton on BGA as well, and I've been loving this. And it also has a solo mode, so I'm super excited to try it out solo. A great, great puzzle game. Another one from the Op, which I don't think is quite released yet. I could be wrong. But I got Fountains, which I do think that I'm going to be working with the Op on some playthroughs of these. So you guys will see a playthrough of Huton and a playthrough of Fountains at some point. But yeah, Fountains again has a solo mode. It is another like tile placement puzzly game, so I'm really, really looking forward to this one. It looks really cool. And also the fountain pieces I think are like not styrofoam but like squishy, which is pretty cool. But yeah, that is another one from the Op. And then lastly from the Op, oopsie, I got this here, which I actually saw this game at J&J's, and I was like, what is that game? It's called Tacta? I think that's how you pronounce it. But it's very cool packaging. I will say that this one is a promotional copy of Tacta, so I think the like retail version is slightly different, but yeah, it just looks like I think it's cooperative card game. Looks pretty cool. So that is that. And then that is everything from the Op. I did recently get a package from Devere, which this one is super exciting. I am very much so looking forward to this one. Let me know if you guys want to see some content on this one. Sadly, this one does not have a solo mode, which typically Devere games do have solo modes, but I'm not sure why this one doesn't have one. Maybe because like the gameplay just doesn't bode well to a solo like mode. I love solo modes, but I don't want designers and publishers to like force themselves to make a solo mode for a game that just probably wouldn't play very good solo. So I totally understand that. But the game that I'm talking about from Devere is Transgalactica, which I typically don't love like space sci-fi games, but there's just something about this art and the like look of this game that I just absolutely love. Again, I think I mentioned this in a video not too long ago, where I mentioned that purple is a color that is not really used too much in board games, pink and purple specifically. So having this like purple is very cool, and I love the look of it. There's also pink on the bottom too, so yes, Transgalactica, very excited for this one. It has some gorgeous gold foiling on the box, and a few of my friends are interested in playing that, so I'm excited to get that to the table at some point. Another package that I got is from a publisher called, let me try to get all these onto my lap, a publisher called Charming Games, which they have published Park Life, which if you haven't heard, I have talked quite a bit about Park Life. It is one of my favorite trick-taking games. It is a trick-taking game that can be played solo, and I love the art and just the feel of that game. So they did send over a few of their newer release card games. First, they did send over this, which is their little hedgehog, which Park Life has Park Life People as well as Park Life Hedgehog, and I did receive them in another hedgehog, but I guess they have a new hedgehog pouch that they wanted to send over. This one looks like it's a little bit bigger, and I really like the shape of it. It's like more square than the other hedgehog. He's just so cute. And I'm honestly looking for all of the stuffies and cute decor for when I redo my office and the board game room. So yes, that is a little hedgehog there. They also sent over a few pins, which these are actually not the only pins I'm going to be showing you. I guess pins are making a statement right now in board games. But this here is the little hedgehog from Park Life Hedgehog. He is holding a little coffee, which is literally perfect. And then this one I absolutely love. It's just a heart, and it says trick-taking games. which I do love trick-taking games. So these are definitely little pins that I'm going to be putting on something. But the main part of the package was 2 new games that Charming Games are coming out with. One is Otter, which is a very cute otter-themed card game where you're like building out these little otters. I think it's very, very cute. And it can play solo. So all of their games can be played solo. This is 1 to 4 players. It takes about 30 minutes, ages 8 and up. So that is Otter. And then their newest one, which I might be doing a how to play for, is a game called Capybara Crush, which, oh my gosh, I need more games with capybaras. I think they're the cutest things. But there's also some other cute little critters on the cards as well. There's like little turtles and chicks and goats and monkeys and, oh my goodness, oranges. So cute. So this one, again, it can be played 1 to 4 players and 30 minutes, 8+, all the things. So yes, got those from Charming Games. And then lastly, actually not lastly, I got a care package from Allplay, which I think I will be doing a few videos on some of these. But they did send over some fun little things as well. So they did send over some pins, some more pins. So we have this here, which I think is a beetle from Kabuto Sumo. I could be wrong, but I think that's what that is. This here is Sai Peppu, which is the illustrator of a lot of their new Tiny Box games. And I do believe that they are the illustrator for Nana as well. And then we also have this little pin here, which is just an Allplay pin. So many pins to put on things. They also did include a little letter here that has my name on it. Huge shout out to Ascadelia, she's wonderful. And then I also have this lanyard here, or I don't even know what to use this for. Maybe to like connect to something. I don't know, but it's an Allplay lanyard. And then as for the games, they included a bunch of like extra deluxeified components and expansions for some of the games that they sent over, so that's nice. 2 of these are for a game called Oddland, which is this one right here. I think this one might be one that I will be making a video for in the near future. It plays 1 to 5 players, so it can be soloed, and that is very exciting, and it can be played up to 5 players, so we love to see that. Oddlands is one of their newer releases. I think they've already had a campaign for that one. They did include a expansion for Oddland, and then also some deluxeified components for Oddland. And then we also have these here, which are some upgrades, promo upgrades for a game called Ruins, which is this one right here, which I'm super excited about this one because this has like see-through cards. If you've ever played Canvas before, Canvas has layerable see-through cards, whereas this one has that as well. This is 2 to 5 players, so it can't be played solo, but it is by John DeClaire, and I do love some of his games. And I've met him in person before, and he's a very, very nice guy. So I'm very excited to try Ruins. That's another one of their new releases. Next up, this one I don't think has been released yet. I think this one is part of one of their like campaigns that are going on right now called the Secret Games campaign. I could be wrong, but this is a game called Wordsy. And if this is part of that campaign, I will put a link to it down below if it's still going on. But this is Wordsy. It plays 1 to 6 players, which I actually did not realize that. So this is a word game that you can play solo, which is fun. But you can also play it up to 6 players, which is great. I think 1 to 6 players is ultimately like my favorite player count. It's just really nice to know that you can play a game solo, but then you can also play it all the way up to 6 players, which I think is awesome. But yes, Wordsy, very excited about this one. I do think there's another word game that is coming out as well called Alibis. And I think I thought I was supposed to receive it in this package, but maybe not. But that one I've actually played before, and that one is very fun. So definitely recommend that. But yeah, that is Wordsy. And then Lastly, from Allplay, I got a few of their tiny box games. These two are coming out soon as well. But one here is called Slambo, which is, I think it's 2 to 4 players, and it's like a card game, like a card sumo wrestling game. So I'm excited to see what that one is like. This one here is called For the Emperor. This one is illustrated by Sai Bebu, so super excited about that one. I apologize if I'm not saying their name correctly. But this one is For the Emperor, plays 2 players, so it is a 2-player kind of head-to-head game. Typically not my type of game, but it might be fun and one to maybe try with Francis. So yeah, that is For the Emperor. And that is everything that I got from Allplay. Huge shout out to them. And then lastly, for games, this is one that just recently showed up, and I'm super excited to be covering this one. This is a game by Ivy Studios, and it is their, I think, summer release. This one's coming out in, I think it's June or July. But the game is called Realm of Reckoning, which I just think this is the coolest art ever. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see the art, but how freaking cool is this art? This is a drafting game, which I absolutely love drafting. I think it is open drafting though. I don't think it's closed drafting. It plays 3 to 5 players, so there is not a solo mode in this one, which I think pretty much all of the Ivy games have a solo mode. So I am quite surprised that this one does not have a solo mode. But yeah, 3 to 5 players. This one's probably another one where like a solo mode just did not make sense for the gameplay, which I totally get. So 3 to 5 players, 14 plus, and it takes 90 minutes. And this is a hefty boy. So I'm excited to open this one and see what the cards look like and stuff, because I'm sure they are going to be beautiful. Because Ivy Games always comes out with the coolest like art in games and production and stuff, so excited for that. But yes, that is everything for this little haul. This will probably be like half of the video, so apologies for that. But hopefully you guys enjoyed coming along with me as I did a little bit of shopping at J&J's and then for this little haul here. So yeah, appreciate you guys. Hopefully you have a good rest of your day. Please give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoy. Please let me know if you want me to do more of these vlogs where I take you along board game shopping or anything behind the scenes running the channel and stuff. Please let me know. Be sure to hit that subscribe button down below if you've yet to do so. We'd love to have you here in the garden. I love you guys so much. Remember, you are somebody's reason to smile, and I will see you in the next board game video. Bye friends.